Welcome back to Studio 701.
It's time to shine the business spotlight on Polished Dental.
Now, you got to ask Michaela a mouthful of questions about brushing.
Sometimes you may think going to the dentist is a chore, but it's incredibly important when taking care of your dental and oral health. Michaela Davidson is joining us now from Polished Dental. Hi, Michaela.
Hey, Amber.
There's a $1 million smile right there. Jeez.
Thank you.
Normally, we see each other with masks on. So
I know.
It's so nice to be able to see you and see that gorgeous smile that you have.
Oh, thanks.
Michaela is an example of one of the best parts of going to the dentist. She's the dental hygienist who you get to know, get to talk with before the dentist comes in, which is so interesting. Now, what got you interested in the profession?
You know, I don't have a great answer for that. I've always been obsessed with teeth, like brushing them, keeping them clean, of course, whitening like a ton of people. And I knew that one day I wanted to have a family too. So I was kind of looking for a job where I could do both. And yeah, just jumped right in and I love it. My favorite part is getting to interact with all these different people every day, build relationships with people and make them feel more comfortable when they do come into the dentist.
Well, that's just it. Some people do get, scared about going to the dentist. Yes. So let's talk about some things to put their minds at ease. There are a lot of misconceptions about the best way to have good oral hygiene, and you've actually come up with a list of 4 of those misconceptions. So
yes.
Let's go through those now, starting with brushing harder.
Yes. A lot of people think the harder that you scrub, the cleaner things are going to be, the harder bristled brush you buy, same thing. What we're actually finding is that when you brush harder, you can wear away that outer layer of enamel on your teeth. You can also wear down kind of the gum tissue as well, making your teeth more sensitive. You can irritate your gum tissue. Overall, we always recommend using a soft or an extra soft bristle toothbrush and just being really gentle when you brush.
That's a really good tip. And again, a big misconception I think a lot of people have. Another one has to do with when your gums actually bleed and whether you should brush that or not.
Yes, so we have a lot of people that come in saying that they have bleeding gums and they don't brush them because they bleed, when in fact bleeding gums indicates to us that there is an infection in the gum tissue, that things are irritated. So honestly, the best thing you can do if your gums are bleeding is to brush. Brush along the gum line, keep them clean. It can also indicate gingivitis, early stages of periodontal disease. So the best thing you can do is get in, visit with your dentist, your hygienist, and get everything cleaned up. Usually after a good cleaning, that bleeding tissue will resolve.
Okay, that's another good tip.
Yes.
Now, Halloween isn't that far behind us. I know I still have a lot of Halloween candy,
yes.
and I will for many months. But, the problem with that is there's a lot of sugar associated with that,
right.
Which leads into your next point. Let's talk about sugar and whether that's what causes tooth decay.
Yeah, this one isn't totally false, because if you are drinking and eating things with a lot of sugar, you definitely increase your risk at getting decay. However, that's not the only reason. When you eat those sugary things, the bacteria in your mouth eats at that sugar and makes it more acidic. And it's actually the bacteria and the more acidic environment that can lead to tooth decay. So it's not just those sugary things on their own.
Okay, any other big culprits we should know about with that can cause tooth decay as far as food is associated?
Yeah, food and drinks especially. Like, I will never tell anybody you can never have another pop again. But it's the sipping on things, or like suckers, where you're exposed to that sugar for a long period of time, where it really increases your risk. Every time you have anything sugary in your mouth, it can take up to a half an hour or more for your mouth to come back down to a more neutral pH level. And so that whole time, it's like your teeth are bathed in that acidic environment, making it really common to get cavities during that time. So if you're sipping on pop, that is the worst thing that you can do. If you're going to have one, just drink it and then be done with it.
So interesting to hear that. Now, I know that you and I both have young children.
Yes.
And so brushing teeth of little ones, boy, is that a challenge.
It is, yes.
Your next tip has to do with, what we should be doing as far as our kids. And, they have those baby teeth. So you think, oh, they're just going to fall out anyway. Do you need to brush them?
Right, yes. So I think that with baby teeth and brushing teeth when kids are younger, it really sets them up for their future for being good brushers and flossers. They understand at a young age how important it is to keep things clean. My kids, every night, they just know that's part of our bedtime routine. We go upstairs, they brush their teeth, and they go to bed. An important job, too, of those baby teeth is to hold space for the permanent teeth when they come in. So we want to really start them out young, setting up those good habits, not only so that as they get their grown-up teeth in, they're going to be healthy, but also that they're not losing all of these baby teeth at a really young age and then having trouble with spacing as those adult teeth start to come in.
So important. Now, if I could just get my 3-year-old to listen to you, that would be the
Bring
real
her in.
success. Well, is there anything else you'd like us to know about going to the dentist?
We know there are a lot of people that are afraid to come in or have this fear of being judged. I want everyone to feel comfortable in my chair. And when you bring your kids in, we treat them as if they were our own. We never force anybody into doing anything that they don't want to do. We just want everybody to be happy with their smile and feel comfortable coming in and expressing any concerns that they might have to us.
Fantastic. To see Michaela's smiling face, make sure you book an appointment with Polish Dental, and you can do that at polish-dental.net. Thank you so much, Michaela.
Yes, thanks for having me.